modern high-speed trains are very fast, are comfortable, reliable. They connect city center with city center. Because these trains come with power sockets, free Wi-Fi, stable mobile phone operation, you can spend that travel time working on the trains. High-speed train travel offers less waiting time at the airports and substantially less hassle with security, check-in and luggage. Given that Sydney-Melbourne is the fourth busiest airline route in the world, there's quite a lot of demand for high-speed travelling along Australia's east coast. But the process of implementing high-speed rail in Australia is no easy feat. High-speed trains require high-speed infrastructure. I'm originally from Germany, where high-speed trains connecting the large cities are the norm. This is true for most Western European countries, China, Japan, South Korea and even Russia. Australian airlines shouldn't be too afraid of losing some of their most important domestic routes. I actually think that high-speed trains can help Sydney Airport with its predicted capacity problems. Airlines in Europe actually use high-speed trains to feed their long-haul international routes through the hubs. Many people talk about the potential of transforming Canberra into a second Sydney airport. Given what we have seen so far in Europe, it would make a lot more sense to connect this Canberra city centre with the Sydney airport with long-haul international flights. First of all, it is questionable whether the assumed 84 million passengers would materialise. Also, all the evidence that we have from Europe suggests that subsidies will be required, particularly for the infrastructure operation. The question is then, if a government should spend taxpayers' money on a service that is already provided by the private sector at a profitable level in the form of aviation. The required tunnelling of some 144 kilometers is not only costly, but will bring with it a substantial amount of consultation. Many people claim that high-speed trains emit a lot less CO2 emissions compared to an airplane. But of course you would also have to factor in the energy-intense construction phase. You also have to consider the energy mix once the high-speed train is in operation. They assume that these trains will run constantly at 350 kilometers per hour. The fastest trains in Europe, in China, in Japan currently run at 320 kilometers maximum. We would have to have non-stop connections between the city centres of Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra and Brisbane. This is because it takes a while to slow down and also to accelerate. This is not only time consuming but also very energy intense. These trains wouldn't stop anywhere else, which surely will create some opposition amongst the communities that currently hope to benefit from a train stop in exchange for having a high-speed train going through their backyard. And all of that doesn't even consider the $114 billion upfront infrastructure costs that are likely to go up given the amount of tunnelling that is required. High-speed rail in Australia would be very exciting indeed to have, but unless the government is prepared to make a strategic rather than a cost-benefit decision on this project, I don't see any high-speed rail coming to Australia in the near future.